Say, what is this? A gag? No, it's no gag. It's as serious as death. It doesn't matter what this civilian does with his time. If he wants to toss a ping pong ball down a bowling alley, it's his business. But in your business, brother, it matters. You just don't use a .45 caliber pistol cartridge like this if you've got a tough job for a walloper like the 105 millimeter howitzer shell. Don't get the wrong idea. They're both good. But they have different jobs to do. Between them lies the whole range of infantry ammunition and all the destruction and death it can produce. These are your tools from now on, soldier. Take a good look at them.
30 caliber carbine. 30 caliber rifle and machine gun. 50 caliber machine gun. Hand grenade. Rifle grenade, fragmentation. Anti-tank rifle grenade. Anti-tank rocket. 60 millimeter mortar, fragmentation. 81 millimeter mortar, fragmentation. 81 millimeter mortar, demolition. 37 millimeter armor piercing. 57 millimeter armor piercing.
Let's look at them one by one and see what you've got on your side.
This picture is for you men who've not yet flown overseas. These are shots of our planes flying through flak over France and the Low Countries, over Germany and Italy, over Jap Islands in the South Pacific. It looks tough. It is tough. This is no attempt to minimize the danger of flak. The gunners are good, particularly the Germans. Their weapons and methods are good. Good enough to lay a shell on a plane 5 miles up, flying 300 miles an hour. Nevertheless, we've got a higher percentage of planes coming back now. There are a couple of reasons for that. One is the plain guts and skill of our bombers. Another is the increasing information from our flak intelligence. Bomber crews are forewarned as to what to expect, specifically. They're told, for instance, to begin taking evasive action 3 minutes off the enemy coast. Just take flak as it comes. They know that these briefing room statements are based on a scientific study, and they understand why evasive action must be flown exactly as planned. So that those of you who do not know can get the same understanding, let's have a good look at this flak business. Enemy anti-aircraft weapons vary from heavy guns like the German 88mm flak, the German 105mm flak, the Japanese 75mm, to small caliber automatic weapons like the German 20mm or the Japanese 25mm triple pom-pom. There's a great difference in methods of fire between the heavy gun and the small caliber automatic weapon. The heavy gun destroys aircraft by using a time-fused shell to put a large explosive burst in the near vicinity of the target. It must be, and is, accurate to high altitudes. The automatic weapon depends on a dense concentration of fire, flexibly controlled. Its shells explode when they actually hit the target. A heavy gun's shell takes roughly 1 second to climb 1,000 feet. It would take then about 27 seconds for a shell to reach the 27,000 foot level.
In the summer of 1942, these two tiny islands in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, west of Hawaii, were at the heart of an epic battle. Fought between the navies of Japan and the United States, it was a battle that decisively altered the course of the Second World War. Japan was intent on using its navy to expand its power in the Pacific, and it had an ambitious plan to destroy the main obstacle standing in its way, the Navy of the United States of America. The battle they fought marked the coming of age of a new type of warfare at sea. It was a duel to the death, in which aircraft carriers and their warplanes played the pivotal role. I'll be revealing how victory or defeat hung on the snap decisions of American and Japanese commanders. And I'll be exploring the tactics they used as they unleashed these new weapons of war. This titanic struggle was decided in 5 minutes of unimaginable destruction. 5 minutes that turned the balance of power in the Pacific upside down and transformed the rules of war at sea. It was the Battle of Midway.
The events that led to the Battle of Midway started here in 1941.
The island of Oahu, part of Hawaii, today America's 50th state and one of the world's most exotic holiday destinations. Back in the 1940s, US servicemen counted themselves lucky if they were posted here. In early December 1941, with only 15 shopping days left till Christmas, the people of Oahu were taking it easy. After all, the United States was at peace, not yet actively involved in the Second World War. But the world as the Americans knew it was about to change beyond all recognition.
Heading unseen for the Hawaiian island of Oahu was the combined fleet of the Imperial Japanese Navy. This armada had departed from Japan in absolute secrecy and crossed 4,000 miles of the Pacific Ocean under total radio silence. They did not plan on being detected. This battle fleet was the most powerful naval force ever to put to sea. It had been sent to attack the United States by the hardline military government of Japan. The Japanese were set on building an empire in Asia and the Pacific, and were willing to use force to do it. The Europeans were absorbed in a war against Germany, so the only thing standing between the Japanese and their vision of empire was the United States Navy, and in particular, America's main naval base in the center of the Pacific on the Hawaiian island of Oahu. The name of the base? Pearl Harbor. This is Pearl Harbor, one of the finest natural harbors in the world. Here it is on the map, on the south side of the island of Oahu, a narrow channel from the Pacific Ocean opening up into a huge sheltered anchorage. The harbor was the perfect haven for America's Pacific Fleet. By December 1941, it was busier than ever, with nearly 100 ships at anchor, 8 of them battleships moored up on Battleship Row, all of them engaged in the relaxed routines of a peacetime navy. But that peace was beginning to show signs of strain. The Americans were wary of Japanese expansion, and tensions were beginning to mount. In a show of strength, they had transferred more of their warships from the west coast of America out here to Pearl Harbor, to be 2,000 miles closer to Japan. And it was the massing U.S. Pacific Navy that the advancing Japanese strike force was intent on destroying. The approaching Japanese fleet included battleships, cruisers, and destroyers. But at the heart of this armada were 6 enormous aircraft carriers, floating airstrips packed with over 400 fighter, torpedo, and bomber aircraft. The world was about to witness the most spectacular example yet of a new form of warfare at sea.